What's up, folks? Welcome back to the channel. Loser here. Thanks for stopping by. Today's going to be a little bit of a different video. We're not going to be doing anything raid related. I just want to give you guys a kind of update on my trip to Japan. And, some people were interested. They're asking me about what I was doing and all that stuff and how I was doing in Japan. So I just want to give you guys a little bit of a video, I guess, vlog of what's happening. So I've been in Japan for, I believe, 3 days now. I'm recording this video super early in the morning because I'm still like adjusting, like to the whole jet lag thing. In Japan, it's 17 hours ahead in the future than my usual time zone. So right now it's 5 a.m., but back where I'm from, it's about noon time, but it's like the day before. So it's kind of weird. But anyways, it just means that I'm up super early in the morning in Japan and I go to bed super early in Japan. Um, but I guess it kind of works out. Anyways, I just want to give you guys a quick update on what's actually going on here in Japan. So far, it's super cold, windy. We had one good day of weather, and then we did do some stuff outside, which is really, really cool. Currently, I'm staying in Kobe. Kobe is a kind of like a portside city in Japan. We're staying in this kind of area. It's called the Sanomiya district. So we're staying in this area right now. It's very close to everything. So it's really, really cool just for the kid and all because they have to walk around and stuff. We didn't bring a stroller or anything like that. So we had to make it really convenient for the kid just to walk around. Absolutely. The best thing about Japan is like, just the general culture is very, very awesome. Like people are very courteous. They're very, not very friendly. I would say they're very hospitable, like not hospitable. They have great, yeah, hospitable, I think is the word. They really treat you really, really well. And even if they know that you don't fully understand the language, they're very accommodating. So, like for example, we're asking for directions in the subway system, which is massive, by the way, massive subway system. There's more than helpful people just trying to help you out, and it's so busy. It's so busy. It's amazing. The food here is amazing. We love everything we eat here. Ramen. Oh, I'll show you guys some pictures. But yeah, it's great. Cost of everything, I would say, is it's less than where I'm from. I'm from West Coast Canada, and it's probably like 80%, maybe less for some things. For example, like, you know, beverages, for example, from that you get from 7-Eleven are pretty good quality. And they're significantly less than what you would pay back at home. So that's very good. Um, Food in general, I think it's much cheaper here, and I think it's better quality, to be honest. But anyways, let's show you guys some things that I was up to the last couple of days. All right, so first things first, on the first day here, we actually went for a bit of a walk around the area just to see exactly where things were. We went to a little park, and then we actually ended up at this place called the Kobe Children's Book Forest. It's very, very interesting. It actually required you to have a reservation to walk inside, which we didn't have. But the staff realized that we were kind of a bit, bit of a foreigner, vibe, obviously. So then they just kind of let us in, but it's very limited admission. And it was free to get in for us. I don't know if it was usually going to cost any money, but it's a very, very interesting. It's basically like a library, but it was done in a very artistic way. So we entered the building, and it was basically a library. So it had a bunch of books on display, and a lot, we could basically access all the books. But it's called the Children's Book Forest, and it was very, very cool. It was I guess it was an architectural piece. It's a big building, and it just basically allowed us to, yeah, go inside, roam inside. You can kind of see here a bunch of these pictures. It's just really, really cool that they dedicate this space in Japan just to have a very quiet space for people to go in and enjoy books. We really enjoyed walking through it, and it was really interesting to see that, they had this space that didn't require lots of people to go in. And, it was, I guess, sustained by the government, or they must have some kind of funding elsewhere because how else do they not accept admission or release this to the public? It's a very, very cool site that we were very fortunate to run into. Something interesting that we did see is this. This is actually called like a book sterilizer or a book disinfectant. So what would happen is that you would put the book in this machine and it would clean the book somehow. I don't know. It's actually very interesting. It's called a book sterilizer. We didn't actually use it because I was kind of worried if we didn't mess anything up because it looked really, really cool. But this is the first time I've ever seen anything like this. So that was really, really cool. All right. So after that, we did go to a place called Atoa. Atoa is actually a newly opened kind of, it's called an urban aquarium. It's on the port side of the of Kobe. So we went there, and it's definitely worth the price of admission. I gotta say, it was like 20-ish, 20 something bucks, US roughly. It's about 20 bucks US. You got 4 floors of really, really cool stuff. You can kind of see here, some of the pictures on Google and all that. I'll show you guys some pictures from our little trip. But it's like an aquarium done in a very artistic way. But there was there was no like lacking. There was no lacking of anything. You got tons of animals, you got tons of cool displays. You got different floors. So every floor you had a different feel too. So you had like a book room, you had like this space room, you had like this temple vibe. It was really cool. The kid absolutely loved it. I love this kind of stuff too. I love like aquarium stuff. So it was really, really fun to see. Also, they had a bunch of these giant tortoises walking around just freely on one of these floors. So they had like, I think 4 or 5 of these giant tortoises, and they're so cute. Look how cute they are. But they're getting fed right now, and they were just walking around. They're just walking around. It's so cool. I don't know. I thought it was and then yeah, look at this giant sphere tank, like in this giant room. This room was had like cool ambience music and it was very calming. And just staring into this giant fish tank was actually really nice. Best thing about a lot of things in Japan also is that kids under 5 or 6, six in some places, but mostly under 5 are free. So riding the bus is free. Admission towards, a lot of things are free for kids under 5. So it was really a nice surprise. I definitely highly recommend this place, Atoa. Yeah, it was definitely worth the price of admission and very, very cool to see. All right, and this is probably one of the biggest things that my son loves, Godzilla, and he loves King Ghidorah. King Ghidorah is the three-headed Hydra monster that Godzilla battles. Is one of his main nemesis, but he absolutely loves King Ghidorah. So we were looking for a King Ghidorah toy forever. And of course, I was like, okay, we have to go to this Godzilla kind of amusement park-ish area, and they must have the King Ghidorah toy. So for those of you that don't know who King Ghidorah is, it's this giant, it's this giant three-headed Hydra monster. You kind of see here. I guess he was adapted for American audiences already. But anyways, my son absolutely loves this guy, and we were looking for a toy, and it's actually not that easy to find a toy for this guy. But for sure, we would find him here. Well, I was pretty sure. It's this Godzilla Interception Operation Awaji. It's actually a kind of like a tourist attraction, but it's a giant Godzilla head, and it's a ride. You can zip line through his mouth. And there's like other attractions too, like a museum, a bunch of displays, little story things, some games, and all that stuff. But mainly, the main attraction is the zip line. So went to this Godzilla interception operation on Waji. It's on an island off of Kobe a little bit, so it does require a little bit of transportation there. We took a bus. It was a 1 hour bus ride, and it wasn't too difficult to get there. We just reached the bus station, and you just tell them exactly where you need to go. We need to go to Awaji, and then they basically, threw you on a highway bus, and the highway bus basically took you there. About 1 hour to get there. Very cool theme park arrangement. It's just a giant space with a bunch of theme park like rides and attractions, and it's totally free to enter. But if you want to go see the attractions, then you have to pay the admission. So we went to go see the Godzilla attraction. It cost us about 40 US, 45 US to go in. We got like the gold pass, which allowed us some access to some museum stuff, which my son like loved, like displays and stuff, right? So we just wanted to make sure we saw that. Kind of see here, this is a picture of us standing really close to the giant Godzilla head. It's actually pretty impressive. It's actually pretty big. It looks very well detailed. Doesn't look like hokey or anything like that. And of course, you can zip line right into his mouth, which is a cool experience. It comes with the price of our ticket admission. So we did that, and yeah, that was pretty fun. Um, you can kind of see here some images of people flying through the air going into his mouth. Yeah, and he's just a giant Godzilla on the ground, but really, really cool attraction here. I would definitely recommend going in and checking out some of the display um, features. Really cool, especially if you have kids that are really interested in this stuff. It looks really good. Not hokey or anything like that. So I definitely recommend it. Ultimately, you're paying 40, $50 for the zip line experience, but it's not too bad. The gift shop obviously is overpriced and all that stuff. So beware of going in there. You're paying, $30, $40 for a t-shirt, $45 for a t-shirt. You're paying like $10 for a keychain, things like that. All right, and lastly, we went to go have some Kobe steak. So Kobe steak at this Kobe Propeller restaurant in Kobe, and yeah, we never had Kobe steak before, so we just wanted to, you know, experience it. Price wise, obviously, you're paying, I think, somewhere around 70 US. Well, that's what we paid for a five-course meal. It's a little bit expensive for just, some meat, I guess, but just for an experience, not too bad. So here we go. I think it was about 150 grams, 160 grams of meat. But yeah, it costs us about 70,000, so 70 US dollars. Would I say it's good? Yeah, it's great. Would I say it's probably double the price of a good steak? Would I say it's probably worth double the price of a good steak? Not too sure. Not too sure. Yeah, I guess it was a five-course meal, but I'm not too sure. But yeah, it was great. Anyways, the service is great. And the food was presented well and it tasted good. So, but I don't know if I would pay the premium for it if I had the choice, like back where I live and all that stuff. But as a one-time thing on vacation, I think it's definitely worth trying in Kobe. The meat definitely tastes a lot different. It's soft. It's buttery, and that's what people always say about Kobe beef. Very flavorful, of course. But you know, I'm okay. I'm okay with just regular normal steak if I had the choice. Um, but yeah, when in Kobe, of course, you gotta have the Kobe beef. So, anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for the video. I know it's a little bit of a long one. It's a little bit of a update on the Japan trip and all that. Still lots to do. We're leaving Kobe today. We're heading off onto the Shinkansen, which is like the bullet train. We're heading towards Kinosaki, heading towards Kinosaki. We're spending a couple nights there. We're gonna be hopping around, so maybe we'll get another update video in a couple of days here. So, anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate your time and interest. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. If you guys have any suggestions for us, we're gonna be in Kinosaki for a couple of days, and then we're gonna be in Tokyo for a couple of days. We're heading to Disney Sea, which is going to be a ridiculous experience. I never went to Disneyland before, but I'm not looking forward to it. Just planning it and all that stuff. I'm not looking forward to it. Anyways, guys, miss everybody, miss Raid, I guess. But it's good to have a little bit of vacation. Honestly, I haven't had a vacation in years, like a full multi-week vacation in years. So it's good to have one. Anyways, guys, once again, thank you guys so much for your time. Hopefully you guys are well, and I'll see you guys in the next video.